Do you struggle with weeding out the isms that want to choke out your faith and derail your recovery?
Well, in this episode, we'll share with you how we dealt with our isms and were able to keep our recovery on track. Well, it's August 4th, and it's time for another double shot of My Sober Truth. I like that phrase, isms. We were talking about this one, and you know, I had never heard of isms before you and I got together, but it makes so much sense. It's our hang-ups.
Right.
You know,
absolutely.
It's those things that
keep us from walking in the light.
Exactly. Whether it's egotism,
right?
There's an ism, or any of the other things that are just crowding in between our ears.
I have a lot of dummyism. I like to be dumb sometimes.
Well, you know, given our former lives, a lot of us like to be dumb.
I've been known to do dumb stuff.
But, you know, the real question, Sean, is how did you, I know my answer, but how did you deal with all these isms that wanted to creep back in, especially in the early days of recovery? And so they wanted to derail you, because that's our entrenched mindsets a lot of times. How'd you deal with these things?
There's tons of ways you can deal with them. I would say for me, one of my first go-to things was always call my sponsor. You know, I saw a T-shirt I brought to your attention the other day. It was a great T-shirt. It said, "I'm sorry about what I said before I talked to my sponsor." Yeah, I mean that's kind of it. You know, I've been known to say a thing or two that may not have been the nicest things in the world to people. And then I called my sponsor and he told me what I did wrong. And I mean, that's just kind of life. You know, even I said something wrong to somebody and we left a conversation kind of in a bad way. And within 5 minutes, I'm going, man, why did I say that?
Right.
One of the best things I know to do is just talk to somebody. Talk to someone you trust. A sponsor is a perfect person. But, you know, I always tell people in meetings, I tell people that I talk to about recovery, I try to let them know, yes, you have a sponsor and you need to use your sponsor. But one of the other things that I like to tell people to do is when you're in a meeting, when you're talking to people and recovery is being talked about, try to spot those people who you see going in the direction you want to go in.
Right.
You know, everyone that shows up to a meeting is not going to be doing the same kind of recovery that maybe you want to do. Maybe they don't, maybe you're listening to them and going, that's not really what I want for my life. Well, it's still a great lesson. You're learning what you don't want. And then someone else will say something or talk and you'll go, man, that's the kind of peace I want in my life. That's what I'm looking for. So that being said, dealing with the isms for me, one of the best way that I knew to deal with it was to talk to someone. Basically, and bring it to a meeting.
Right.
You know, if I did something wrong yesterday and it's been bugging me all night, I can't wait till we get to a meeting tomorrow morning or tonight to go, let me just let this out. Because if I talk about it, immediately there's going to be other people who go, oh man, I've done that before. Man, I had this happen the other day. And next thing you know, there's a conversation going on around this topic that you brought up, and people are saying, oh, this is how I dealt with that.
Right.
This is what I did. You know, I know I've dealt with a person like that before, and this is the way I worked it. And sometimes the answer is, I don't talk to that person anymore. There's also going to be times when you have to talk to that person more. So there are lots of different ways to deal with lots of different isms that we all have. And just going back to it, one of the best I know, obviously, is to talk to other people, get other people's feedback on what you have going on. Going through these steps and getting to the amends and doing the things that we do, what I have to remember is basically what I'm searching for is my higher power's will for me. What am I really trying to do? What am I here for?
Right.
What have I been put on earth for? That's really what a lot of this leads down to. And that's one of the things. I know I want some peace in my life. And what brings me peace, for the most part, is figuring out what I think my higher power's will for me is. You know, talking to the God of my understanding, having a conversation, having that, praying about it, meditating. All of those things help bring peace in my life. So what I'm really searching for is to figure out what God is putting on my heart as His will for me.
Right.
And for me, that is always being of maximum service to my fellows.
Right.
I want to be of service to others. So if my isms are acting up,
It's time to deal with them.
I'm probably not being of maximum service to
Absolutely.
my fellows.
Absolutely.
So I need to do something. I need to work on this stuff every day. And this is the number one way. The quick fix is call your sponsor. But the best way to deal with the isms is to every day work on your spirituality.
Right.
Every day try and get a better relationship with your higher power. Try to get more in line with what your higher power wants from you. Because when I do that, I have less isms.
Yes.
When I do that, I make dummy mistakes a lot less. My life gets better. I have less things to apologize for, and things just get better for me.
Oh, that's so good. So the quick recap, if I got this right, is connect with your fellowship,
Absolutely.
connect with your higher power, listen to what they say, work the steps,
Do it.
and just do it. To rip off Nike. Let's
That's
just
right.
do it.
Just do it.
As we wrap up, I'm going to ask our viewers the same question today. And so, guys, how do you deal with the isms that are trying to creep back in, especially when you're making progress? And what do you do to get back on track? We want to hear what you have to say, and folks that are watching want to hear what you have to say because we know it's going to help them on their journey too. And on that note, for My Sober Truth, I'm Mark.
Hey, and I'm Sean. And here's hoping that today you stay drunk with success. Love y'all.
Hey folks, thanks for watching. If you're thirsty for another round, then belly on up to mysobertruth.com and click on the double shot button today. There you'll find the encouragement, inspiration, and support that'll help you stay clean, on track, and prospering in every area of your life. Take a moment to subscribe to this channel, and if you got a minute, stick around. Let's watch another video together.